This is based on a comic book series, I believe, created by one of My Chemical Romance. I think
You've done your homework.
I have, yes. There is a lot to sort of boil down here, but the basic premise is that it starts with this unusual event where 43 women around the world simultaneously give birth without being pregnant. Then a billionaire adopts 7 of these children, 6 of which have got special powers, the 7th of which, who's played by Ellen Page, doesn't, so she can't join this sort of crime-fighting unit called the Umbrella Academy, which they're in as children. They sort of then all sort of spin off and have different adventures and do different things with these powers, but then come back together when their billionaire sort of adoptive father dies. And then the big reveal at the end of the first episode is that the world is going to end in 8 days.
I wish it had ended halfway through the first episode. Really. You wanted to watch this, Matt, because you had read reviews that were quite positive.
Positive reviews, and people at work have watched it and have said it's quite good. I know we've had a bit of feedback on it. Earlier today, someone's got 6 episodes through and has rather enjoyed it. The thing I liked most actually was the use of music and the odd music selections that they picked to sort of use over montages. Like you had the Ellen Page's character play Phantom of the Opera on the violin early on to sort of introduce where all these siblings were now. You had the brilliant I Think We're Alone Now playing in a scene where they were all just sort of dancing in the mansion. And I liked Ellen Page's performance as well, but I feel like it's one where there's a lot going on. And I know we said last week we're trapped about trying to put all the family together and work out who everyone was. And I think I was struggling with that a little bit as well. I don't know how you two felt about it.
I think it's quite an interesting setup, since it's like a superhero show, but it feels like it's going to be quite about the family drama. There is some action in it, but it's maybe going to be more about the family coming back together and their relationships rather than just constant action and, fighting crime and that sort of thing. It's not really the sort of thing I would have chosen to watch if it weren't for this podcast.
Me neither.
But I think actually the day before you told me about it, I'd seen the trailer on Netflix and thought, yeah, that's not for me. I didn't hate it though. If someone told me I had to watch the next episode, I would do. I don't think it's really for me. I don't think you can really accuse it of being bland. Like you said, there's lots going on with the music and that scene where they're all dancing around and then it zooms out and you can see them all in the different rooms. That was quite fun. And there's a monkey butler and like their sort of mum figure seems to be some sort of robot. I don't think you can really accuse it of being dull. There's a lot going on and it's quite a distinctive world, it seems. I might watch episode 2. I'm not sure. It's not really my sort of thing.
No, mine neither. I can't believe you did that whole setup, Matt, and neglected to mention the
monkey butler.
Yeah, that's the first thing I would have said before I'd set anything else up. This was not something that I would choose to watch. I think it needed more humour. I think it was almost devoid of humour to the point where I thought, I'd like to be part of this world more, but I want you to entertain me and engage me. And
I think they've given all the humour to Robert Sheehan's character in this.
But I just found him a bit much.
Yeah, same. I really like Robert Sheehan. I remember I used to watch Misfits and I really liked him in that, and I did find him a little bit grating in this.
I know I didn't go in with an open mind thinking this might be
didn't.
Great. But at the same way, if it had been good, then it would have won me over, because I can allow myself to go in these, like Russian Doll is as bonkers as things can get, and also The Good Place and Life on Mars, all these shows with bonkers premises that can win you over. And there were bits of this that were interesting, but not enough for me to go, yes, I'm fully on board and I want to be a member of the Umbrella Academy. Do you think they will explain that Ellen Page has the power to stop the world ending? Do you reckon that's what it's going to be?
Yeah, I reckon she'll have something towards the end.
Presumably she is the daughter of the woman who gave birth in the swimming pool at the beginning, and that's why we saw that.
I also found that very traumatic at the start as well. I had no idea what was going on there. made me worry about going to the local baths, which I won't be doing anytime soon. It was just too bizarre for me to really get fully on board with.
I didn't think it was as bad as, let's say, something like The Passage. I don't think it was a bad show, but I think there was nothing there that grabbed me, really. There was a lot, to get through. It felt like, we've got to hit this, and this, so everyone knows what's going on straight away. And that's what it felt
tonally, like. It didn't. Like the Monkey Butler didn't fit because they were all quite serious, and it was quite a serious show up till then. And then all of a sudden they've got a Monkey Butler.
He just appeared behind them. I just laughed. I don't know if that was supposed to be the reaction. He just suddenly appeared behind them like a horror film or something.
I was interested in why a show with this sort of tone would then go, yeah, we need a Monkey Butler as well.
The character, I can't remember their names now, but the guy who's like really big and super strong, how towards the end we saw he's got really hairy arms. I wanted to know what this was about, so I googled it, and apparently he's got a human head on the body of an alien gorilla, apparently, according to the comic books.
So now I feel like I need to watch the second episode.
That might be a spoiler for people who are gonna
It's very ape heavy then, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
I thought maybe he had relations with the Monkey Butler's wife or something. I hadn't really thought much further along than that. But the Umbrella Academy, I think we've sold it well. It's all there on Netflix should you wish to binge, which let us know either on Twitter or email whether you think it gets better or it's worth our time. But it's just not a show that was ever going to draw me in, but it's all there on Netflix.